where it is, why did it rise to 54% under your administration for 8 years? And then let me add 2 more. Question 4. Why did you borrow 42 billion cedis from the Bank of Ghana? Why did you borrow 42 billion cedis from the Bank of Ghana? He should come and answer those questions. You don't need 170 questions.
Yes.
170, if he wants, he can answer them himself. But Ghanaians are asking him 4 questions. He should come and answer those 4 questions and explain to Ghanaians why we are where we are.
Waba MPP Yaba, notwithstanding say yanya COVID, the global economic crisis in Aba. Every sector of the economy we have performed better than him. We have created more jobs. We have built more roads, more railway, more airport, more schools, more hospitals, more public libraries, more sanitation facilities, more cocoa jobs, more agriculture, more industry, more factories, more zongo development. Every sector of the economy, we have done more than you. Choboy, and intina mibisano, say omampinyi dada, chirayen adia baku pea, udiaba Ghana, Emma Ghana, yadi faswa brain, baku peo, ontimi, Osi wano waya dia chiyeme say uji win dia brananya debate 1-on-1 na yenchiremu osi omba mikasa ombra we journey to say akuko nkiti we journey to say akuko nkiti we journey omba bio osuro.
Nana Akufo-Addo was asking me why I'm refusing to debate Bawumia. You know, Bawumia doesn't deserve a debate. He is losing this election. I will not elevate him to my level and go and sit and debate him. Their campaign is failing. They have no message. And so he wants to be elevated to my level. No. I know my level. You see, in 2012, I was sworn in as president. And I went into that election as the sitting president. They called for a debate. I made myself available. I debated Nana Akufo-Addo. In 2016, I was the sitting president. IEA organized the debate. I made myself available. Nana Akufo-Addo refused to take part in the debate. In 2020, he was the sitting president. He refused to take part in a debate. But the one who responded to me when we made the call for the debate is the current flag bearer of the NPP who is asking me for a debate. Has he forgotten what he said? That I should go to Sangma and go and debate the farmers of Sangma who don't have fertilizer. That I should go to Abosokai and go and debate the spare parts people who cannot buy dollar because dollar is 3 point something to 3 cedis point something to the dollar. He said I should go and debate the taxi drivers and the drivers who cannot buy petrol. This is the same Bawumia today asking me for a debate. As for him, the people he will debate are many. He should debate the nurses who are sitting at home who have not been posted. He should go and debate the teachers who are home who have not been posted. and debate them about their licensure exams. He should go and debate the fishermen who cannot get premix and they have to go and buy premix from hairdressing salons. He should go and debate the unemployed youth who have finished school 4 years ago and to date cannot find work. Has he forgotten? That is what he told me. So today, why do you want to debate me? All the people you said I should go and debate, their situation is worse now than it was in 2016.
We will implement a policy that is also new. We are going to use government's purchasing power to stimulate industrial expansion and business growth, which will help create jobs by rolling out a Buy Ghana First policy. And we are going to back it with law. So, if the Ministry of Education is to procure school uniforms, first look into Ghana. We have a lot of factories. We have a lot of tailors. Let's buy it from Ghana first. Then we will create the jobs in Ghana. Because SMEs employ over 80% of Ghanaians, we really need to focus on their needs if we are to create jobs. And so we are going to set up an SME bank to do this. We will also incentivize Ghanaian startups in selected strategic sectors with investment tax credits for the first 3 years of their operations. I'm also going to implement a shift in electricity tariffs the structure to a regime in which commercial rates are either equal to or lower than residential rates, never higher. So, businesses complain a lot that they pay more than the residential consumers, and that should not be the case. Businesses, by nature, as you see globally, should normally be paying less per kilowatt hour than the residential rate. So I'm going to make sure we engineer the change in that structure. Furthermore, I'm going to reduce the cost of power to businesses and households by bringing on board 2,000 megawatts of solar power and incentivizing users.
Enti ni omo yene se omo kremu kakra so mo nim se NDC na eba na dumso a omo de aba no dumso foforo omo de aba yi na omo apia ahye NDC so menemu ka sei enfidia especially ni omo free amanone a omo ye yiram kanea e wo Ghana ha a car and ne yedi omo eyako $2 billion. And you see this, almost $2 billion and omo deka. Enti omo manage kame kakra January 7th. And this is buying for bar. I say, hey, and you muso munje.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get but we know we will.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you and you're welcome to the program. It's the 22nd of November 2024. Welcome to Good Morning Ghana. We thank God for giving us today. We'll go through the headlines of the newspapers first and then we get into the issues later. Let's start off with the Daily Graphic, and it says Keta constituency is safe haven for NDC. COA Global Peace Mission unveils blueprint on sustainable peace. EC destroys defective ballot papers for Ahafo, Volta regions. The big one says President inaugurates 80 education project. President inaugurates 80 education project. Do we have a problem? Can we have the papers on the screen? Let's move on to the Ghanaian Times. And the Ghanaian Times says a security expert cautions against influx of firearms into country. IGP calls for police media partnership to avert misinformation during elections. 80 modern educational facilities unveiled for diverse needs of students nationwide. Daily Guide, it's not war, it's elections. IGP to parties. Nana commissions 80 educational projects. PhDC CEO tells success story. Banker sued for embezzling 75k Ghana cedis. Election 2024 poll, Bawumia 49.1%, Mahama 45.8%. Rebecca storms Ekropong for campaign. The New Crusading Guide. Big movement for education as government commissions 80 projects in a day. 7 December election, your safety is assured. Police assuage media fear. Ghana Petroleum dream takes shape as PHDC's $60 billion petroleum hub project gains momentum. 41.1% believes Bawumia is a right man for Ghana. End-line report. APSA hosts 2024 Culture Day celebration. With focus on building future global leaders, government spends over 18,000 per students annually on free SHS. Professor Bwidi. Alan maintains brighter future for health professionals in Ghana. The Insight. Russian-African Cooperation Ambassador Sergei Berkovov writes on the current state of relations following the result of the first ministerial conference of the Russia-African Partnership Forum. Alan Koch pledges better future for health professionals in Bono while lamenting NDC NPP neglect of Kofro markets in the Ashanti region. Resist intimidation and fear and vote out NPP Afaglo to Ghanaians as Ghanaian soldiers are injured in attack on their base in Lebanon. SMG vindicated over government failure to condemn Israeli ground offensive. The former president seeking to lead Ghana once more. The Informer. UPSA immortalizes NAPO over immense contribution to uplifting education. Attempts to cancel free SHS suicidal. Ashesi Boss warns politicians. Elections Security Task Force meets party leaders, assures peaceful December polls. We're focused on victory, Bawumia declares. Clarifies for nation security. Security agencies rewarded, Kandapa discloses. COP29, all set for rice revolution. Jospon Group reviews. And the top right corner says that Kufuor endorses Bawumia, a blow to Alan's presidential ambition. Reza Kujopoko asks. The Inquisitor, towards December 7 elections, unnecessary tension is being created by NPP NDC. Dr. Prempe here says that free SHS has transformed lives in Ghana. Don't attempt to subvert the people's will upon Fosu. Grand burial rights for late Nkranza Queen Mother. And then APSA holds, that's UPSA, holds 2024 Culture Day celebration. The Herald newspaper, military officer declared violence on election day. No, Professor, I really don't know what to think of his comments, but I think, Herald, you're taking it too well. So, no preferential treatment for Springfield. The Heralds respond to Gabi Orchard cheap shots. Highlights of NDC and NPP manifesto on environment. Mahama preaches against skirt and blouse voting. Bawumia compares Mahama to chalk era to NPP's computer vision education. The Statesman, EC destroys effective ballot papers. Ashanti Hene cautions politicians against hate speech. Bawumia leads Mahama. NPP set to secure 148 seats. Government commissions 80 educational facilities. NAPO commissions at Tamil's Memorial House Library. The Searchlight scandal. Mining companies engage in widespread human rights abuses, says reports. Court to deliver judgment on JB Dankwa Edu's murder, December 4. Lady sues police service over for police service officer and AG over brutality. NDC MPP neglect Kofro Market. Alan Chemating. Zenel Zoo bags a master's degree in law from BPP University in London. Daily Post. Digitalization is not a panacea. Ghana needs to fix economic fundamentals first, says economist Ibrahim Mahama. Foots $110,000 bill of a 10-year-old leukemia patient. Thank you very much. Chief berates Bawumia for failing from economic mess to ball boy. And okay, that's it for the paper. And the Business and Financial Times, Dr. Amin Adam bullish about strong FY economic growth. CBG records 1 billion Ghana cedis revenue in Q3. Ghana Institution of Real Estate Brokers launched to promote professionalism. Bedrock for resilient banking industry established. Dr. Addison. Is it the building? The Bank of Ghana Governor Ernest Addison believes the foundation for the resilient banking industry in the country has been firmly established. That's priming form it for the future. According to him, credible measures have been implemented to safeguard the broader financial sector from banks, especially from the historic emerging risks, even as global and local financial sector dynamics continue to evolve. Okay. Then we also have Asian Africa Consortium assures investors of sustainable rice production and food security, the fierce urgency of now. And that's it, also captured in the features. The Catholic Standard, Cardinal Irenze cautions priests against lengthy homilies. African graduates need digital skills in 21st century. Reject donations from illegal miners. GCBC. Political atmosphere remains generally peaceful. Kodeo. Editorial of the Supreme Court ruling on the MPs. And the Catholic Standards has decided to take an editorial position on this case. You can grab a copy and read the details. Let's take a breather. We'll be back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
Muhammad once said,
have you been offered a bribe before?
As a human being,
As a person?
any human being in the world would have encountered, corruption in a way, one way or the other.
Dadanoa. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Matching furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashform store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashform, feel it, know it.
Muhammad once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the deaf goat syndrome.
Dadanoa. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Here's Kwame and Yao. And it's saved. Bet saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
7th December. Just look for the umbrella. The umbrella. The umbrella. Bahama and the umbrella.
24-hour economy.
Obia Bedidi.
December 7th. I can't wait. Oh, meet to meet Shay.
As for me, meet Tima Kusima so. Hey, landlord. What the rent lava? And yes, I'm mistaken even that. Ya no banner paper number 1. Adia baku pe and a washe. Chiniano. Oh, Samu. Sapepe. Eye Chiniano. Eye Aketeniano. What you need Ben Kumusono, who Mama Pecha. Ninifa Sono, box to be a hop. Fawuko Kromoti, Tim Sa box, and then Quemo, a damn biom la menge. The Sawumba paper was so clean, and so was so banner paper.
Senior Beya, ink no, Enkimu and say Waban.
Sapepe, Pemuniaba, Nessa Cobessa, what to Abano Senwa, who won't quite so what you for fro, no bet to me. You want to engulf me in catastrophic quagba, eh? Who pass a mamma? Only me tell started to about. Say, Yamia me to Abama, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and can 1960 about one or maybe Cotton. Hey, Lord, and I won't say that. So, what to Abana was saying now? Who quite so what you for? No better ye. Maintain that. And the and now what say? Empon Kokra and Berua, I are for Sabi, almost with them, and it will be on 1 year. So, we will be away the 18 years and above. I would in dear. Who bet me the Nakam, no, what to Waben ye. Irrefutably simple. Thank you for this enlightenment. My torrent. Kayo, not to obey my John Mahama. For we cook room with box the noir. And watching any jump.
vote right for John Mahama.
Customer, I don't know who to say.
Malaria been actually me, man. No more still.
One of them give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah, sorry. What lost so give us here and turn down.
What's over that song? But tomato give us the and turn down.
Give us about me, sir.
Me patron the and turn down.
Customer. Give us a turn down.
Onuya kayo oba wa fa furo nom de o ma no banu fo nom akwada wa ni mfie dumie no ono nso nom
Abranti ni na pa onye sabi hiani patete nduma pi mama brupi enye biaye sanka obia go betuma trani fie ni sika ontumi ndi no wawu entina me se calling no munye hwe ni o enama babia onendam 276 na wo do manya enye sika kaketwa o
adeba ko a ewa ha eye the second pillar is water connection. And the name Samote say make us say we decided to dredge all the waters and connect. And any apukoshia say the American is a meeting a quack of Kumasi. And way in miracle is the purpose. My vision is to enter back into the lands of our ancestors and redevelop it and connect all the waters in this country. And my favorite water is the Bra, which is named after my own uncle. So we would have regional connection without roads. Now say you cut a bruni and I say a bindi about the 4 years a basic running in a try.
There is no reason why a Popentuman Kowa. It's technology, it's science, it's dredging and shooting in the problem a woman say you facing opposite. Nsuo ne obese po ahanti ya pese kwa opposite ni efesi the power ye joke of this proposal no na nimbie you be the idea kasi to be the bar because won tiase na won nimbie ye ninti also ridiculous no.
What is the worth of Central? $200 billion. And what is it based on? Fishing, educational facilities, arable lands for farming, and maybe a little bit of copper. I discovered say, oh my, the factories you see processing plant. Central region would have the most sardines and tuna.
Home is never complete without the warmth of family, the assurance of security, and the joy of shared moments. Whether you are returning home from abroad or seeking a new beginning, Rehoboth Havens Ayimensa is where your journey truly begins. Discover the perfect balance of modern living and natural beauty with flexible installment plans available to make your dream home a reality. Our 2 and 3 bedroom houses offer spacious interiors, elegant designs, and all the comfort your family needs. Experience a lifestyle of convenience, progress, and security. Each home is crafted with care, ensuring your family enjoys every moment. Rehoboth Havens is more than just a gated estate. It's a vibrant community. From safe playgrounds to serene surroundings, it's the perfect place for families to thrive. Join a growing community that values safety, comfort, and affordable housing. Your future starts here. Rehoboth Havens, where your housing dream becomes a reality. Visit www.rehobothsocialhousing.com to learn more.
Enyanum ni adofono. Pacho, mini fatao, wachi raba no. Wachi raba and let me imagine kase. Enam MPP abanti. Meet my friend ho mining engineer. And you say 50 years na me be mining engineer. enam adwuma MPP aban aye ene omo free education policy a omo de baaye wache uraba mini ani da so ba bia se metima wie junior high school atwaso akọ SHS mi wie junior high school na that same particular year nyankopon adom ana Ghana for ye to abama MPP aban emo omo de omo free education policy e baaye omo de baaye ma minya a chance e de call one of the best schools in Ghana, St. Augustine's College, and I'm a proud alumnus of St. Augustine's College. Now, and that Bijina Hanoma, me mama no, papa no, and you know from Ghana for na me sada me say me pamuchao say this year eba December 7th. Montwaba Emma Dr. Baumia. Na obi wo baabi obi wa kurasi baabi oni ne de aso te semia ne ma meton wa che te se de ma meton wa che na obi wo baabi ne ma me ne adwuma ne papa ne adwuma obi wo baabi ne papa afrim ne ma me afrim oni ani da so baabi a monfa monsa kokromoti enko team number 1 Emma Dr. Baumia na omwa Ghana for onkra wo baabi a omuni ani da so baabi a
esoro
The luckiest
star 712 hash.
Luckiest everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get back packing so you have to Wallah.
Hey, wait.
You go put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck.
Hey,
we'll wait here. We have star 712. It's much phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here. You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let
me choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4.
Now you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets.
I'm choosing random tickets.
Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
never. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Who is the biggest liar in Ghana? Let's see what Google says. It looks like Dr. Baumia. Yes, it's him.
In the northern part of our country where you come from, and Amono, can you beat your chest and say, yeah, this signature project in the north?
I think the most important project here in the north since independence, a Pualugu Dam project.
Okay.
Is the biggest investment. We're here as a signature project, and in Ebeda #1, so there's no doubt about that.
A few moments later,
I have no doubt in my mind, and I was championing the Pualugu Dam. We have not yet been able to do it, but by the grace of God, I believe we are going to do the Pualugu Dam. It has to be done.
Hey, no more lies. Enough is enough. Ghana deserves better. Let's bring back someone who delivers.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
The Jospon Group invite you to join us count our blessings and name them one by one at this year's Jospon Annual Thanksgiving Service, dubbed Jesus Christ is More Than Enough. This year's edition brings together a host of God's oracles who will minister in word and in prayer. We have Apostle Eric Nyamiche, Chairman, the Church of Pentecost, Reverend Eastwood Anaba, founder, Fountain Gate Chapel International. Bishop N.A. Takiaboy, founder, Victory Bible Church International. Apostle Samuel Obobi, General Secretary, The Church of Pentecost. And Apostle Wilberforce Nkrumah Ajiman, Tishinungwa Area Head. The Jospon Annual Thanksgiving Service 2024 comes off from 25th to 29th November. Starting 6 a.m. each day at the forecourt of Zoom Lion head office and all designated centers across the country. This program will be streamed live on Facebook at Jospon Group. Come join us, express our innermost gratitude to God for all the blessings bestowed upon us, because Jesus Christ is more than enough.
The year is 2024. December is coming. Who leads the way in bringing you outstanding election coverage?
Hey, election no. I can't make a plan can they to aba. Me koko moti me bon ban. Echa me de me nine beto. Ya for phone wo ya hia. Doko ya no ha.
Sisi amomu de me amasi chem ne de. Me mum de mabamu buye. Kabal kwada nke me madwen sa me nto.
The countdown begins.
Mani be ye jina me no mie no so. Enjina ban bia so. Aban bia ba onto aduane ma wundi. Me so onto aduane ma mindi.
Stay informed. Stay vigilant.
We are your voice and your choice.
Mimi contractors,
and our stories are your stories.
Follow us only on Metro TV.
Join the conversation on our various social media handles at Metro TV Ghana.
Stay tuned to Metro TV for a live coverage of the 2024 elections.
Alright, so today's Gen Z show took another turn. We are at the AUCC campus and we are having one of the amazing audiences. This discussion has been about social media influencing. The big question today is, should social media influencing be our main jobs, or we should have a main job and have this one as a backup plan?
So there's this influencer, I've remembered her name, Juliana Amwatin. She's a 9-to-5 worker. She's an influencer, and she's also doing other side businesses.
Right. So that has been the question. And on our WMD section, Sandra asks a very controversial question, and it puts the house on fire.
Don't put her needs and wants before yours.
A lot of controversial questions. She even goes on to say that men should not educate women.
So don't educate her. That's her parent's job. That is point one.
If you want a woman and she's not in the way you want her, you can make her how you want her.
But I don't agree with the first point, because what if my mom wasn't educated enough? Or then what would I have been then?
Catch all the vibes, the cruise and everything on the Gen Z show right here on Metro TV.
The Bible is not a textbook like chemistry textbook. It's a spirit. There are no controversies. Righteousness is defined by God. What he says you are is what you are. There's no teaching in the scriptures that will be left untaught.
Join the Good Life Devotion with Dr. David Bindon on this channel to receive biblically authoritative teachings which will usher you into exhibiting the divine life here on earth. The Good Life Devotion shows every Monday to Friday from 11 to 11:30 p.m. Don't miss the special weekend edition on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 p.m. Life is good. Enjoy.
Join us for an inspiring episode featuring Lamisi Akuka, international singer-songwriter from Zebula, Ghana.
Because no one person make music.
We also hear her passion for empowering girls through her foundation.
I'm so passionate about seeing the northern girl child having her own voice, speaking for herself, working hard, to be who or what she wants to be, and to marry at the stage where she feels like she can marry. People can be so discouraging to the extent, say, Obi kwa culture me that say me wasting me sika and I'm a time now. You know me, and there's no future for that. These are some of the things that.
Discover how she blends traditional sounds with modern influences to create unforgettable melodies.
The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal, Kel 360 and Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Kel, happy smile.
Oh yeah, the wait is finally over. Ghana, the amazing talent reality show hits your screens every Saturday at 8 p.m. Tune in as we bring you amazing performances that will entertain you. To vote for your favorite contestants, dial *713*6303# and follow the prompt. Amazing Talent is proudly sponsored by Bar Herbal Hospital. Amazing Talent. Talent speaks louder.
Generation Show, the program for smart children.
First generation! Children, are you ready?
In today's interconnected and interdependent world, nations and international businesses are increasingly appreciating the need to foster greater trade relations.
Get the inside views, vital information, trends and analysis on emerging trade giants in Ghana and beyond. International Trade Focus, the global television trade showcase, transcending barriers in creativity and innovation.
International Trade Focus has been developed to serve as your reliable platform for international business connections and trade events. Join me and Aspio as I bring you a whole menu of international trade activities.
International Trade Focus, your timely business hub.
International Trade Focus is brought to you by GOL, ADB, Pediatric Valley Resort and Public Elegance.
International Trade Focus is brought to you by GO, ADB, Pediatric Valley Resorts, and Public Elegance.
What premium shall we place on our health? Is it to wait and get hit with a condition? Or on a daily basis, how do we check the body before health slips away? Living Well is the lifestyle series that will help you get tips to some health issues. My name is Ethel Poplampo. Join me every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Metro TV for the Living Well show.
Living Well is brought to you by Fontina 74 Mixture.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Mahama once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the deaf goat syndrome.
Dadanoa. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Who are you? You. Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did the front there.
Yeah?
Happiness mattress where the dead for.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can 8K. Get a package when you have to one lie. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck. Hey, Bill Radio. We are star 712. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Oh.
Let me choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4.
Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets.
I'm choosing random ticket. That's it.
Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Now
tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana. Let me just remind you that it's been an awesome journey with MTN, 15 years of ease, safety, and convenience. So this is definitely worth celebrating. That's why Momo is rewarding you with some cash prizes. So send money to an MTN Momo user or make payments to an MTN Momo merchant at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. So go on, download the Momo app on App Store or Play Store, and is My Momo. My Momo. The app is My Momo. So when you're looking for it, look for My Momo and enjoy this. Just Momo. It's everywhere you go. Terms and conditions definitely apply. And also, Kel 360 toothpaste is asking you to take care of your family using the recommended toothpaste by the Food and Drugs Authority. And it also provides your family with an all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. Kel 360 toothpaste is good for children, adults, and also kids as well. Let your family be proud by constantly using the Kel 360 toothpaste, and it brightens your teeth, prevents cavity with a cool mint. It gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying as well. For consistency and quality, continue to use Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and it's available in all supermarkets and provision shops across the country. Call them on 0246864798. Kel 360 toothpaste, happy smile. Okay, let me welcome the guests who have joined us here in the studio. And I just documents for you.
I think it's SS, so I just put it.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Okay. All right. Nana Kumia is here with us, the Vice Chair of the Dr. Baumia campaign team, and also the MD of STC. Nana, you're welcome.
Thank you.
To you. All right. Also, we have Samuel Okudzeto Blakwa, who is a chairperson for the Government Assurances Committee and also Member of Parliament for North Tongue constituency. Is there any other new name?
Good morning, Annie.
The name that people are trying to put on me, I refuse to accept it. That name should not come to me. It should find its way to the doorstep of.
I saw it. It's already been given to you. So
you saw it.
Just
where?
Learn to accept it. You know the thing about nicknames in Ghana is that the harder you reject it, the more it sticks. You know, so Annie Moshosho appears to have stuck.
No, I've already indicated that my lawyers are on standby, so don't join. Anyway, so you're welcome. You're welcome to the program. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Annie. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So a lot of activities going on within the campaign world. The police organized a series of meetings with, I should say, stakeholders. Yes, this week. They had a good one with the media, and we appreciate you for that. And yesterday, too, they had quite an intensive one with political parties, what's it called, NGOs. They had some with EC as well. Yes, I think EC was also involved in that meeting. So I think we'll round up on that, Nana Kumia. That has been one of the focus of the police this week in terms of security provision, and I think they allowed us to capture some on camera. The rest we had behind the door, conversations with them, and they told us what they were going to do and what they expect from us and all that. What do you make of all those meetings that we felt, at least with the police? I like the smile on your face.
I wasn't part of it.
No, you were not. But your people were part of it. But you want me to play some of the voices for you?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want you to worry yourself. Yes. I mean, you, the media, you had a meeting with the police, and some of the interactions were open, and some of them were closed, behind closed doors. And now you've asked me, who is not part of the media,
you're part of the
not
politicians,
at the meeting, to comment on it. But it's a difficult situation you have put me in, but I'll try and do your biting. Yes, security is very important in this election. In fact, in any election. Do you remember when the Americans were going to vote in the 2 weeks ago or so, 2-3 weeks ago. Security was on very high alert, and many of the institutional buildings, like the White House, like the Supreme Court building, like the, what they call the Capitol, the legislature, where the Senate, all of them were heavily policed because they feared that if the results went one way or the other, there could be violence, judging on what happened in the year 2020. So the security was on extremely high alert when the Americans were voting. We have had a history of almost violent-free elections, thanks to the good sense of the Ghanaian electorate, the Ghanaian people, and also the work of the security, the police, and sometimes the other allied security people, the military, immigration, and so on. And I believe strongly that that good sense will still prevail, and we would have a very peaceful election. Of course, you can't have 100% incident-free election. It's possible. I mean, if you look at the record, there are always 1 or 2 incidents. Some of them extreme, like the loss of lives in 2020 in the Zekintampo or so. Yes, Techiman. So, thank you. But otherwise, elections have been incidents here and there, but generally they've been peaceful, and transitions have been smooth, even when we had less than 2 weeks to do these transitions, as happened in the year 2000 elections, where there was a runoff at the end of December, and yet so we went through the runoff, and so we had less than one week to do the transition, and yet still we managed to do the transition very peacefully. The same thing happened in 2008, where we had just about 1 week to transit from a sitting government to the opposition, which had won the elections. And the 2000 elections, and I was in the middle of those elections, were what caused some scare. Because Jerry Rawlings had been president for nearly 20 years, well, let's say head of state, for nearly 20 years. And there was a genuine scare that if the opposition won, it was going to be a difficult transition, that Jerry Rawlings wasn't going to facilitate a smooth transition to the opposition. And it was a very genuine fear. I was campaigning in my constituency in the middle of Accra, urban Accra, and I can tell you, some of the electorate would tell you, or they would tell me that, at that time I was quite a young man. Tell you, you're a young man, you have a lot of energy. We believe that if we vote for you, you will be able to come to the work with some energy, youthful energy. But as for Rawlings, we have to vote for him. If we don't vote for him, he will cause trouble. And this is in the middle of Accra. Mm-hmm. So there was always that scare about what Rawlings would do.
Did he surprise you?
If his party, sorry?
Did he surprise you?
Yes. At the end of the day, and in the year 2000, especially the foreigners, many of them left the country because they couldn't be sure what was going to happen. In the event, we had the election. The first round was won by the opposition. We went, but they didn't cross the 50 plus 1 mark. We went on to have the second round, at the end of December, and the opposition still won. And Jerry Rawlings facilitated a transition with just about a week. You remember the meeting that he had with the president-elect Kufuor and the vice president-elect Aliyu at the castle? You know, one of the most memorable events in our democracy. And we had a smooth transition. The Americans who had left the country, they also had elections in 2000. You know what happened? They couldn't declare their results till 3 months later or so. So it talks to the good sense of the Ghanaian electorate, backed by the security. And so since that election, I have no doubt that there's a certain greater sense of responsibility in the Ghanaian. We would go through these elections. Whoever wins would assume power peacefully in the January 7th. And we'll go on with our lives. And
that's an interesting picture there.
Which one? Ah! Okay, so we would go on with our lives. And you know, this current IGP2 is brought, it seems to have brought a new dimension to policing. The dimension of hands-on and engagement. And is, I find that amazing. Look at the way he's transformed the environs of the police headquarters. It's now like...
You know, every time I drive past, actually that's why I use when I'm coming to work at dawn. It's nicer at dawn.
And it's, well, in the night, when the lights
that's when you have the lights on, and then you see the trees, and they penetrate through. It's very nice. It illuminates the
I mean,
place.
that place after the... Is there a Kwanje interchange?
The circle.
No. The Akwanje interchange.
Oh, the Akwanje interchange, right?
Up to the fire service place. I mean, it's like a city within a city. It's totally transformed the place when you are driving and you get to that place.
I think the fire service is trying to imitate. They've started changing the environment as well.
And so beyond the branding and the image, the new branding and the image that is given to the police force, he's also a hands-on person. And that's what leadership is about. Being engaged with your men and women, and also being engaged with the Ghanaian public. And so I have no doubt that under his supervision, the police will be fair, they will live up to expectation, and we're going to have clean elections and a smooth handover to whoever wins. I have no doubt that Baumia would win, and there will be a smooth transition and handing over.
So following some of the, what was captured, or what were captured on the tabloids, one says that in terms of security, I'll beat the hell out of you if you misbehave on December 7th. A Chancey commanding officer, that's a military officer. When I saw the video, I thought it was interesting. I actually laughed at it. But the Herald captured another twist of a headline. It says military officer declares violence on election day. Okay, so that's the video. Maybe we'll take a listen to what he said in that video, and then we'll come back.
I am telling you here that I will only come in this 7th December within the Achimansa enclave. When police tells me that they cannot, and when I come, I will not talk. I will beat you and the hell with you. I always want people to try me. So those of us seated here, any of you can try me on that day, or try any of my men on that day. When you go to the polling station, just cast your vote, go home, go and sleep. When it is 5 p.m., come, they will tell you where to stand. They will count for you. If you win, clap, go home. Then you will not have any problem with me and then my people. We are not going to sit down for just 2 or 3 people to distort the peace that Ghana is enjoying. That is why I don't vote. I don't want to belong to anybody. but I want to beat everybody. We have a duty as religion or religious heads, as security heads, as family heads, as individuals, to protect the good things that we have as a country. And the only good thing we have as a country now is the peace that we are enjoying. Because with the peace, everything can go on. If we distort it now, nothing can go on. See, you will be hungry more than me. And it is a fact. Because when there is war, I will still feed. I will get food from everywhere because I'll come and beat you and collect your food. And I will feed. And it is a fact. I am hungry. You think if I see food with you and I have weapon, I will not kill you and take it. I will do. So it means that you will suffer more than me. And I don't want you to suffer. So I will beat the hell out of you. So please, if you want us to continue to live in peace, so that we can come around and then be talking to you and then be happy with you, then these elections, let's maintain the peace that we are enjoying. On the 7th, we'll be selecting our new leaders for the next 4 years. Let me be very honest with you that nobody thinks about you.
Okay, so I honestly don't know. That's Lieutenant Colonel Jacob Kujo, commanding officer of the Achiase Jungle Warfare Training School in the Eastern Region. And he was very specific. He says in the area. So lots of you in the area. That's one that's coming from him. But the police also said that they will not allow guns usage at the polling stations. And that was actually told to the parties when they met the police yesterday. So it says that the Ghana Police Service has called on political parties and independent candidates to manage their expectations. Oh, okay, this one is about planning for your victory, also planning for your defeat. So the police says, plan for your victory, but also plan for your defeat. Because sometimes, especially when you're defeated, it gets a bit chaotic and violent. And then they also say that they will not allow or permit the use of firearms at polling stations. When we, the press, met them, of course, we raised some of these issues that happens at election polling stations. And they indicated when they think the military will come in, because there was a question of why we use the military. And then they also explained that, well, the work is solely for the police, but if they find it, that they need more force, they definitely will call for enforcement, and the military will come in, fire service will come in, depending on the situation. So that's how well they're prepared for it. Some of you, for example, I asked a question about, intemperate language that parties have been using in lately, in a few days that we have going to the polls, and they indicated that they will not glorify any person who wants to be popular by using the police. They are using only intelligence, and before they come for you, before they question you, they make sure they have legal legs to stand on. So if you are doing anything to test the police, they are not going to fall to your test. So some of these issues were shared with us when we met them. Honorable Ablakwa, you have a take on that.
Well, good morning to all the distinguished viewers of Metro TV across the globe. Good morning to you, Nana. I was looking forward to hearing that the meeting the Ghana Police Service has been calling with stakeholders in the run-up to the 2024 elections will first of all provide an update to this country on what has happened to those who were killed in the 2020 elections. Fundamentally, that's where we must start from.
From the police.
Any other thing that seeks to pretend that the lives of the 8 people who were cut short by elements in uniform, wearing police uniforms, wearing military uniforms, some national security operatives. As a country, 4 years on, there has been no justice in this matter. I recall the Honorable Boa and I went to Shraj on this matter. We filed a petition with the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. Shraj released a report many months after that they have a legal impediment because the police and the Attorney General claim that they are prosecuting the matter and that they are seeking to bring perpetrators to justice. It stays in their hands. This was right after the elections in 2021. We are in 2024. Nobody, not the president, the greatest beneficiary of that violent election, he has not said a word. The commander-in-chief, the police hierarchy told this country right after the elections that the perpetrators of that heinous crime will be brought to justice. All of them are pretending that people were not killed. Look, if you look at the ages of the people, some of them, no relation to the election. They were far removed. Passers-by. They had not even attained the voting age. Let me go through the list. In Odododiodio, young teenager Rita Otu Teki, 15 years of age, shot and killed. Bochwe Taki, 16 years, was just helping the mother hawk, shot and killed by reckless elements. Emmanuel Dompre, 36 years of age. Young life snuffed out because of an election.
The teacher or the student?
Because someone wants to win political power at all costs. So they shoot and kill, and they know they will get away. And as we are speaking now, nobody has been held liable. Those who carried out these dastardly acts have not been brought to justice. In Odoko, young Abbas Ibrahim, I was at the funeral. I wept that day. He had married just a few months ago. The young widow was crying helplessly. Very handsome, fair young man, Abbas Ibrahim. I can never forget. He was shot. The many eyewitnesses. I was at the funeral. He was shot by a gentleman called Collins Kweku, alias Kola, a national security operative. We all know Kola. Everybody knows the perpetrator. Hundreds of eyewitnesses at the Odoko Collation Center. The entire national security apparatus, the Ghana Police Service, they can't find Kola, one of their own, and prosecute him and set a precedent that you cannot kill. Because in our elections, I mean, Ghana elections, as Anakomia was saying, has been very peaceful, even when we transitioned from military rule to democracy. Even though there were fears, as he narrates, those in uniform who are just transitioned did not do this. We didn't see the PNDC Rawlings era transition degenerate into this. Here we are. People who shot and killed, like Kola, are walking freely and chewing their cola. The young widow and the family members of Abbas Ibrahim don't have justice. Then we come to Techiman. Young Abdallah Ayarik, 18 years of age. He was just at the collation center. Fortunately, virtually every media house was present at that collation center. There is video footage in abundance, in preponderance. Those who recklessly targeted live bullets and killed people. I mean, it's not as though these were people who probably had gone to steal a ballot box and were running away or were trying to foment trouble. Not at all. We all saw the footage. Just shot into the crowd in Techiman. Abdallah Ayarik, Tajuddin Al-Hassan, 36 years, in Techiman. I met their family members when we presented the Shraj petition. They are inconsolable. As we speak, no justice for them. Then in Savalugu, much younger victims. Samira Zakaria, 14 years of age. Fusaini Musa, 15 years of age. These 8 Ghanaians who were shot and their family members, when would they have justice? And then now meetings are called over tea and coffee, and there's a lot of razzmatazz.
But your party was represented.
It doesn't matter who is represented. I'm saying that the only way to assure everybody that when you perpetrate violence, you will not get away with it, is to make sure that those who have committed these heinous crimes are brought to book. Why is it that as we speak, 4 years on, the perpetrators of these crimes, seen on live television, because the way elections are conducted in Ghana, everything is open. The media is present. 4 good years, nobody, not a single person, has been brought to justice. Now, Annie, tell me that going into the 2024 election, those who are planning to foment trouble and risk all of us our lives have anything to fear. Tell me that there's any disincentive. Tell me, is there any disincentive that when you perpetrate violence,
this is what you risk to face?
You will face the music. So to me, that is a fundamental issue. I'm not going to join a hypocritical bandwagon and pretend that all is well with election security. If Rita Teki, the 15-year-old who was shot, is your daughter, how will you feel? Seeing that once again, the pretense is for the cameras, that once you belong to the high and mighty, you are a national security operative. Once they have given you uniforms, we saw what happened there, Yawaso West Wagon violence. You will be shielded, you will be protected. Annie, are you aware that even beyond the 2020 election violence and killings, Ayawaso West Wagon report, the Emil Short report, has not been fully implemented. We have been asking in Parliament, when will sanctions apply? When will there be compensation? So, to be very honest with you, I am totally appalled that those who must ensure that there is justice, that we do not create a climate and a culture of impunity. I am appalled that they are all silent on this matter. Right from the president, the commander-in-chief. This is not said a word. the Attorney General, the police. And then we are now up for another election cycle. And we are told that there will be consequences. Who will believe that? When we look at the 2020 scenario, who believes that? Who will take those assurances seriously? Who in this country? Probably the only people who will have any fear whatsoever are those in the opposition. But if you are somebody like Kola, appointed in the Akufo-Addo National Security Setup, you have no fear. You think you'll be protected. But you see, I am glad that crime has no expiry date. Crime is not like the Indian Moshosho rice that they have fed to our children. It has no expiry date. I am so glad. And I am glad that when we went to Shraj, we collated considerable evidence. The eyewitnesses are there. The video footage is available. The media houses are still available. The news editors are around. Those who corroborated our evidence are still available. Let these hoodlums not think that they will get away, no matter how long it will take. Inshallah, when President Mahama wins the December 7, 2024 elections, they should get ready. And I assure the families of all of these young Ghanaians that they will surely have justice. Some of us who believe in justice, who believe in speaking for the vulnerable, who believe that we should not have two sets of people in this country. Those who perpetrate impunity and get away, and then those who continue to suffer in silence and have nobody to speak for them. We cannot have that jungle system. So, to me, I am not interested in any razzmatazz that papers over the real issues. If they do not bring these perpetrators to justice, if they do not show that there will be no impunity in this country, they shouldn't waste our time.
The police?
All of them. They shouldn't waste our time.
All right.
Sami raises some interesting issues.
You want to respond to some of the issues?
Oh yeah, certainly.
Okay, quickly.
Not respond, just a comment. Yes, all of us must be concerned when impunity is displayed, especially during elections. And all of us must be concerned when those who perpetrate dastardly acts with impunity get away. I mean, it doesn't sit well on the conscience of all of us. The killings that happened at Techiman were terrible. It is not true that the president did not comment. In fact, the president commented on it. He expressed deep regret about the loss of lives. So it is not true that he hasn't commented. And all of us are interested to know what happened and if there were any unjustified actions by the security forces and also the sanctions. Because the only way to prevent impunity is to make sure that you sanction those who act with impunity. So a proper investigation, and then out of the investigation, whatever sanctions have to be meted out if wrongdoing is proven by the investigation. So I'm with Okujetu on that. The only problem is that the instances that he gave, totally one-sided. Because there have been many cases of the same impunity displayed during elections when his party was in office. I'm sure you remember the Shriponi by-elections. I'm sure you remember. Where somebody is supposed to be a national security operative, in the full glare of the police and the media, because you captured it, took a gun and shot point blank into a crowd of NPP supporters, point blank. And up to today, and this predates the Techiman unfortunate incident, up to today, the footage is still there. We had press conferences after press conferences showing the footage that the media captured. Up to today, we haven't had any. But the government didn't even comment, let alone the NDC government at the time didn't even comment on the, sorry?
What about your government?
On the Shriponi thing?
Yes.
The Shriponi, we were not in government.
Yes, but you've come into government.
We were in opposition.
Like he said, crime has no expiry date.
Yeah, but I don't know why the NPP hasn't gone after those cases. There are several cases that the government hasn't gone into, which is another matter. But you saw the footage of the security operative drawing up a gun and shooting point blank into a group of NPP supporters. In fact, they had to have emergency surgery. Luckily,
these are the Ayawaso West Wogon victims.
Yeah. Luckily, at that time, Professor Boatin was around, and they had to arrange emergency surgery. Otherwise, many of those people would have lost their lives. You know, so and there are several cases where you have women organizers driving through, driving their big cars through a crowd, running over them through a crowd of NPP supporters and so on. And no comment from government, no sanctions. No. So it is unfortunate. It has been happening, these isolated incidents have been happening, and we haven't punished people. And we have to put a stop to it. The incident at Techiman, is it Techiman or Kinta? I keep confusing the two. But
there are other areas, not just
Techiman. So there's Odoko, there's Savlugu. Even though Techiman was more prominent.
Yeah. You see, this is why I always suspect regrets about the current parliament. You see, especially because it's a parliament that is balanced. Even if the police, a public institution, have not responded, Parliament should be able to summon the police authorities to a public hearing and inquire into that matter.
Which might yield no results.
Have they done it?
Well, I also was working.
I'm talking of Parliament. I'm not talking of any inquiry by, because some people
by government.
Somebody says he went to Shrag.
Yes.
He says some, yeah. But you see, Parliament has the ultimate oversight over public institutions, including the executive. You see, and they have every opportunity to bring, if the executive or other organs, Shrag and so on, have not gone into the matter or have gone into the matter and there seems to be a dead end. Parliament is the ultimate. They can withhold the public purse from any public institution that is found to be short of their mandate. So there have been all these instances, and we haven't had any resolution of those instances. And like I'm saying, like Sami is saying, it encourages people to act with impunity if there's no proper investigation and there's no accountability. Then it continues. There has to be a time when there has to be accountability. And the opportunity that is Parliament, well, now the Parliament's life is over. They have less than a month to go. And the opportunity that they had with the minority and the majority balanced, and the Speaker being, they had all the opportunity. I don't understand why the NDC in particular have not caused the IGP to be summoned to Parliament to answer to this, because they were promised an investigation, you know, and so that's is one difficulty that I've had with the government, because then the nation would have had a chance to
understand what happened.
To get public officials at the bar of Parliament answering for these cases, but we've missed it. But like I said, we don't want these incidents. The people who were shot, some of them could be NPP. You know, and you don't want, because tomorrow you don't know when somebody else will decide to also act with impunity, because he will remember Chiriponi, he will remember the chairman, and so on. Look, I have seen footage this year. The national chairman of the NDC, what is it, Mosquito? And you see him at rallies with his people, and he's making the sign of cutting. Look, he makes this sign, and look at it. Slashing of necks.
He didn't do that at rallies. He did it at. I've seen them, he did it well. Editing the video. They had their convention at the Accra Sports Stadium. And he did that sign when they were doing the competition. So when
Which competition?
When we were doing their
the
national,
with,
the primaries.
With Honorable for some.
Yes.
That's when he did the sign?
Yes. That was actually the very first time
was he going to cut?
That is a sign of maybe victory for him.
Your sign of victory is cutting heads.
I don't know.
I think
but why are you taking that to you? I mean, what's your point with that reference?
But here is a political event, and somebody is signaling to people the cutting of heads. What are you doing to the masses who are listening to you? What message are you selling to them? I saw another footage where there's an NDC rally, and somebody then says, "Show your weapons. Show your weapons." And he himself pulls up a old cutlass. And and then he says, everybody should show their weapons. You've seen it.
They were going for cleanup exercise.
With the cutlass?
Yes, at Mahama's office.
With the cutlass?
Yes, don't you weed with cutlasses?
Have you seen the footage?
Yes.
What did the man say?
I will not even
what did the man say?
Pretend I haven't seen. I've seen it.
What did the man say?
He said, show your weapons for the cleanup exercise. No, but Nana, I mean, the point he's making is valid. If I've gone into some competition, and this is what happened. I was West Wagon, for example, we set up a committee. The committee came up a clear report. Recently, the NDC held a press conference indicating that Michael Opoku, Brigadier Michael Opoku, who admitted
a shred of evidence.
Yes, who admitted
is that
at
just
the
their
committee.
Opinion?
It's not an opinion.
They showed you some evidence at their press conference.
She's talking about the
Yawaso West Wagon Commission.
Okay.
He went to, as a witness as well, and then made his own confessions, admitted to some wrongdoings, and the committee made recommendations as to what should be done to him. Nothing was done, and then eventually he is rather now promoted. So if you're a political party going into an election and they say that this man is the one who is in charge of central command, you will feel insecure.
But you see, that is where it comes back to my point about the failure of my Okujeto and his colleagues. You say that the recommendation of the commission, which is a public commission, was that this gentleman be sanctioned. And the gentleman hasn't been sanctioned. Have you called the public institutions who should be responsible for the sanctioning to question them? I mean, the power of Parliament.
No, but you see, normally you become defensive or try to ask questions when you see that the institution in charge that is expected to implement these measures is not doing it. But why must we get there?
Yeah, but I'm saying that Samuel Okujeto is sitting here. Do you know the committee that he chairs?
Assurances now.
You understand?
Which is literally new.
No, it's a very old committee.
No, I mean...
He's a new chairman. It's a very old committee.
Even his chair is a new position. You know, it used to be for the government or for the majority.
Yes.
Yes.
The committee is called what?
Assurances, government assurances.
And you understand assurances?
Yes. In fact, I wanted to ask him if in terms of security...
What assurances mean is that we are going to hold government to account for the assurances, which means that you know that there will be assurances that will not be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That is why that committee is there. So if there have been assurances that have not been fulfilled, you and I cannot go, and you and me and myself, we cannot go an exact fulfillment, can we? But that's why there's a committee of Parliament, which represents the entire Parliament, which means Parliament itself is seized with the duty to exact performance of assurances. That is why that committee is there. So, assuming that the public official who is supposed to do some duty hasn't done it, you should be able to bring him to the bar of Parliament and say that by this, according to this recommendation or this finding, this is what you are supposed to do as far as this and that person and so on are concerned. What is the situation?
Why is the president the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces?
Yeah.
Why is the vice president the head of the police council?
Why?
Yes.
That's constitutional provisions given to them.
It's not just, constitutional provisions given to them. They're supposed to do something.
Yeah, and I'm saying that assuming that they haven't done their duty, that is why there's an oversight. You can't understand that.
So
that is why there's an oversight.
At this point, it's not an assumption. At this point, it's clear they haven't done their duties.
Samuel Kujato is saying that they haven't done their duty. I haven't spoken to them. Maybe they've done it, I don't know. But that is why public officials are accountable to Parliament. So even assuming that the president hasn't done his duty, or some other public official hasn't done their duty, that is why the bar of Parliament is there.
Okay.
You see, and when you watch the Americans, look, they can bring you watch the American people, everybody. That is, our Parliament has the same powers. But then we said that because the majority in Parliament has oftentimes been the same party that holds the executives. It hasn't made Parliament eager to exercise. But then in this Parliament, you have the situation where the numbers are equal. And also, you have the Speaker being from the opposition. So, all of these issues, the oversight of the executive means that the executive may fall short, and they have to be held to account by Parliament. I would be interested in a public hearing as to why somebody who is supposed to be sanctioned has not been sanctioned. Maybe the person has been sanctioned, we don't know. Maybe there has been an internal procedure. But when you hold that public inquiry, the public will get to know.
Right. Right.
You know, and then, so I'm saying you have these people.
I don't think you want to respond to
No,
that.
I have to.
You have these people in this year holding rallies and asking people to show their weapon. They themselves bring out their cutlasses and everybody should show their weapon.
It's not good, right?
How can that be good?
Okay. Okay.
How can that be good?
Okay.
You have the chairman of the NDC, the famous General Mosquito, signaling to people the cutting of heads. You know, on the day that there was supposed to be a peace pact event, signing of peace pacts and so on, that day, the NDC was inaugurating, and they were happily announcing it, inaugurating a vigilante group in Kumasi.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yes. I don't expect you to know everything. I'm telling you. Check that day. Check the reports. That day they were inaugurating a vigilante group.
The party executives were there.
The NDC. And we all know that, they say that these vigilante groups
have been disbanded.
They were inaugurating it. Shortly, I'll send it to your mind.
Okay.
So, look, their responsibility rests on all of us. The political parties, the security, and the good sense of the Guardian. And, I mean, after elections, why? People will be teased. I mean, I will be, on the 8th or 9th of December, if you have us here, I'll tease Okujato for the first 30 minutes. lay back all the things he said and how they have it materialized. That is allowed. No? And I expect that if on the unlikely event that Bawumia doesn't win, and we come here, to beat me on the head and tease me. No, but that's loud. It's not any. But it's the responsibility of all of us to ensure that the elections go on the way that it should. And if there are acts of impunity, perpetrators should be brought to book. There's no debate about that. The history of people getting away with impunity drives across. And we must address that.
Can you just use about a minute? I need to take a break so that we can attend to the issue of the rice.
Sure.
Were you there when they were?
We'll do that quickly. Look.
Were you there?
Annie, nothing can water down the egregious nature of killings in an election. Killing 8 people in an election. Nothing compares. So Nana Kumia should stop it. He shouldn't try. Comparing what somebody doing a sign, engage in drama, somebody saying that what they are going on some cleanup exercise and asking everybody to show their cleanup tools. Comparing that to the killing of 8 people. Please, let's stop this. Let's respect the sensibilities of the citizenry. As we speak, put yourself in the shoes of the parents of Rita Otuteki, Boche Taki, Emmanuel Dompre, Abbas Ibrahim, Tajuddin Al-Hassan, Abdallah Ayarik, Samira Zakaria, and Husseini Musa. They are killed, dead and gone. Nothing compares. So this is not a matter for the usual light-hearted equalization. Look, never in the history of our country have people been killed in an election. This never happened. Check the history. 8 people killed in an election in Ghana. This never happened. The 2020 killings under Akufo-Addo as Commander-in-Chief and Bawumia as Chair of the National Police Council will forever, eternally remain a blemish on their record.
Right.
A permanent blot on their record. They should be embarrassed, hugely so. Particularly for failing to ensure that there is justice, bringing the perpetrators to book. And here we are, going into another election. And then they are meeting people and giving us pretentious assurances.
Oh, you think they're pretentious?
The only way that those of us who are treating all of what is going on with the skepticism and cynicism that it deserves is to make sure that the perpetrators of this heinous crime are brought to justice. It's the only way. Now let me quickly respond to the video you played. Look, let's not take these matters lightly. I know there was a lot of laughing and giggling and all of that. But please, for a high-ranking military officer to speak that way, look, you can still let the public know that you will be firm, you will be robust, you will do everything to maintain law and order. But he went too far. He crossed the line. You try me and see. As for me, I like beating. I like killing. I'll kill you and take your food. And all of that. This is not a joke.
Oh, did he mention killing?
Yeah, that if there is war, he will still have food. He has a weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. He has a weapon.
Implied, yeah.
He'll kill you and take your food. He'll still have. I mean, you don't joke with it. You're speaking at a public event. It looks like a church. You know.
I'm sure he met some voters there.
I mean, no. I mean, this is not professional. It is not right. You don't speak like that. Why? Are we under some anarchy, some dictatorship? We are in an era of rule of law. It is this kind of mindset that leads to the Techiman shootings, where soldiers think that they can shoot and get away with it.
That's what they are trained for, to shoot. And that's the scary thing.
And
that's
you see,
why we're worried
and you see, this leads me into the more fundamental issue. Should soldiers be deployed during elections?
Right.
I hold the view that they shouldn't. They should not. They have absolutely no business. And I want to commend CSOs who have made that demand. I want to commend the Right Honorable Speaker Bagbin, who has also gone public, that he doesn't want to see soldiers deployed.
But when we talk about soldiers in public spaces and what we're using them for, we've complained many times, but no one is listening. So obviously, I don't think that
now you even have a situation. Now you even have a situation where soldiers are deployed to protect the electoral commission.
Yes, exactly.
How? Soldiers have become bodyguards, bodyguards to the electoral commission.
We've talked about. Look, there is a politician.
Why are you reducing?
There's a politician who told
the
me
Ghana Armed Forces to this.
That there's a salon she attends, she goes to.
Yeah. Everywhere she goes to.
The AC comes there with a military.
Yes, everywhere.
Holding her bags.
I've seen her everywhere.
You know,
everywhere
we've complained
with
about
soldiers.
these things, but it doesn't look like
it is wrong. You are debasing the institution. The Ghana Armed Forces is held in high esteem. But the UN, everybody, is of international renown. Why are we reducing the armed forces to this? So when you listen to him, it's clear that they want to deploy soldiers again. What business really? This is a civilian exercise. We're going to an election. What role? And you hear the mindset. He's going there to beat. As for me, I like beating everybody. When I come, I will beat. And I like people to try me. It's so provocative. It's so needless. I mean, why? What warrants this? Why? Is he seeking to intimidate the public? So that people don't show up in his area. You say he's at where?
Are you sure he intimidated you?
Well, I can't be intimidated by these things, you know. But don't. Same with me. We are not all the same.
But I mean, I get your point.
We are not all the same. When we talk about free, fair elections, these things don't measure up to the standards because there shouldn't be any climate of fear, of intimidation. It should be free from fear. It should be free from this. You say what? Colonel Jacob Kujo. That you meet him and see how huge he is and see how he's talking. If people in that area say that, hey, we will not even go there at all. And then he says that, look, when you go and vote, go home and sleep. Under what law? I challenge him. Under what law? None of our electoral laws say that when you vote, you can't hang around. You just have to be peaceful. I mean, what's going on in this country? Total impunity, total recklessness. I mean, people are taking the law into their own hands. So it's as if we are not in a rule of law dispensation.
So Mark from USA sent me something. And he says this is part of government white paper rejecting recommendations on the one who slapped Honorable Sam George.
Clearly.
So it says that the government does not accept the commission's recommendation that Mohammed Suleimana must be prosecuted for the offense of assault, to wit, the slapping of the Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. Samuel Nate George, on the basis that the commission at paragraphs, well, it ends there, he just cuts that side for me, on government's rejecting of that part. So he says government rejected most of the recommendations from the Emil Short Commission on Ayawaso election violence. I mean, is your point, Mark, is your point to tell me that government rejected the recommendations, so we shouldn't waste our time on it? Or are you condemning government for rejecting the reports? And my question is, why did government reject the recommendations? Government trusted in that commission, so it established it. And then it's giving you recommendations, and you say you're rejecting it. Why? But one question I've always wondered is why Parliament didn't take up the issue of slapping of a member of Parliament, which is one of the issues.
I'll come to that. I'll deal with the parliamentary attack, if you like, launched by Nana Akomia. The point has to be made that it is for good reason that in these institutions, particularly the Ghana Armed Forces, they have a PR department, and they don't normally encourage, everybody to be speaking. I mean, you can tell clearly that this is the reason why, the PR departments are there, and they should be utilized. Because Colonel Jacob Kujo, another outing, only God knows what he's going to say next, So the whole presentation is in very bad taste. And it should not be encouraged. And I hope that the military hierarchy will call him to order. Now let me come to the role of Parliament in all of this. And Nana Akomia, I have to say that he has gained expertise for critiquing this 8th Parliament. Every opportunity to blame the 8th Parliament. And it is interesting how he leaves those who have the first and main responsibility, which are his colleagues in government, his collaborators in government. You see, when there has been a crime, whose duty is it to prosecute? Is it Parliament? Parliament does not prosecute. It is not for Parliament to metamorphose into a prosecution and a court and bring these perpetrators to book, impose, if you like, jail terms. So I don't get it.
You don't get that Parliament has an oversight.
So what Parliament does is oversight, to ask why is it that those with the mandate are not carrying out their mandate. And we have done that. Apart from going to Shraj, you know the number of times we filed questions on these matters?
Yes.
I mean, check the answer. We filed many questions.
I remember your questions on the presidential jet.
Exactly. Even the killing of Ahmed Hussein Swale.
Yeah.
I filed many questions. The Honorable Suhini and others. The Ayaso West Wogo matter has come up in various parliamentary committees. But you see, that is just highlighting the fact that those who have the legal mandate have failed. So let us not pass the buck. And Nana Akomia is very clever at that. You have to give him credit. He cleverly ignores the people whose duty it is, who are in the main line. He cleverly ignores them and then comes to 8th Parliament. Oh, we had high hopes. The Speaker is not from government. The numbers are equal. Kujato is chair of Assurances Committee. So they've let us down. Then the real McCoys, he cleverly ignores them. So in this matter, he's not worried that the Attorney General has let us down. He's not worried that the Ghana Police Service, even the military hierarchy, who were supposed to have conducted an inquiry and made sure that those who were wearing uniforms, first of all, I sometimes even have my doubts because of what happened in Ayawaso West Wogon. If all those we saw in the footage wearing uniforms, shooting and killing, because really trained professional soldiers don't do that.
Yes.
Are we sure that these people are soldiers belonging to the Ghana Armed Forces? Is the Armed Forces not concerned about their image, about their reputation? What have they done about it?
Some experts telling us that the special forces are not supposed to be deployed. We're not supposed to be seeing them around.
Yeah.
Anyway, So, Commander Dekoka, former chairman of the NDC Accra, he said that, good morning, Annie, Nana Komia's submission is very troubling. Nana, I have known you for a very long time, and I expect you to call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, you are trivializing issues because of the political expediency. I think it's about time, with your vast experience, be bold enough to speak truth to power. We have no other country but Ghana. Please don't condone illegality. Please, let's see you to be bold. Good morning. And that is trying to tell you that you are not bold. Good morning, Annie. I trust you're doing well. Okay. Okay. Someone is giving us a sponsorship for this discussion, so we'll follow up later. Good morning, Annie. Greetings to Nana Komia. Electoral violence predates the Techiman and Ayawa. So I remember in the 2000, Honorable Kwabena Bartels was stabbed. I was at the Dansoman police station when he was brought there. Soldiers with guns, just to intimidate people. Yet the MPP won. People should understand that this is voting with your thumb, not the cutlass and clubs. There is this boy in NDC always trying to instigate violence. Let all those who have in their minds to perpetrate violence on election day and go scot-free should know that when the police can't contain the situation, they will call the military. And what happens there after will be their matter to solve. Is that your point?
And then Annie,
if this is your
when Nana Komia was listing recent examples which are not worthy of praise, I'm surprised that he again cleverly omitted the biggest one,
which is
Brian Achampong, on 3 occasions.
Oh, okay.
Saying that they will never hand over power under no condition. I mean, what can be more dangerous than that?
Okay, so
I haven't heard anybody on the NDC side say that no matter what the Electoral Commission declares, no matter what is the verdict of the people, they won't hand over.
Okay.
Totally reckless.
Chumba officers, I expected to see Henry Nanabuachi, who happened to be the board chairman of the National Buffer Company, address a press conference to explain the complicity of the above referenced institution in the poisoning of our children with the toxin and mold-infested rice. Instead, he mounts his podium to accuse a retired police officer and a lawyer who has put his life on the line to protect us all with baseless accusations. Nanabuachi, please, children of Ghana want to know what you know about the expired rice scandal. And on that note, we'll take a breather. When we come back, I hope that we'll have some more minutes to touch on some developments that have come up with the Moshosho rice.
Hey guys. So, I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Charlie, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Mahama once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the deaf goat syndrome.
Dadanoa. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Who are you? You. Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me. It is part of the mattress we did the front there.
Yeah?
Happiness mattress where the dead for me.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get an 8K. Get a packing so you have to come out. One line. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Hey, yo, ready. We have star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Oh.
Let me choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4.
Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets.
I'm choosing random ticket. That's it.
Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
So
hey, there, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. T&Cs apply.
The NDC and the MPP are not the same. They are the same. Masa, they are not the same. They are the same.
Nilante, tell us why you think they are not the same. Because me, dear, I don't see any difference between the two parties.
Yaba, 1. Under John Mahama, every penny borrowed was used for productive investment like the Terminal 3, Accra Digital Center, KJTR Market, Circle Dubai Interchange, just to mention a few. But these Osmo people borrow money, throw kenke and wache parties, use the money to bath in the sky, and construct the most expensive swimming pool in the world in the name of a national cathedral. Tell me, is God a swimmer? 2. Under John Dramani Mahama, those who lend money to the government in the form of bonds could sleep peacefully knowing that the government will pay them. Under the NPP, the government will take your money, chop it, and give you a haircut on top. Under John Dramani Mahama, no minister or MP could dare go close to our water bodies or forests to do galamsey. Today, look at our water bodies and forests. These NPP people have destroyed all our water bodies and forests through galamsey. I will not be surprised if we find a galamsey pit in the Jubilee House. How can you tell me that the NDC and the MPP are the same?
Boss, you talk something, pal.
They are not the same.
They are never the same.
We have to vote wisely.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Using Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture, brought to you by Coa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Coa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT mixture. Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT mixture. Choose Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is
Over the past 7 years, Ghana has witnessed remarkable progress and transformation under the NPP, from education, job creation, infrastructure, and healthcare. They have paved the way for a brighter future. Free SHS has given every child the opportunity to pursue their dreams. Major infrastructure projects have connected our communities, improved healthcare services, have enhanced the well-being of our citizens, and more jobs are being created through 1D1F.
With better roads, I can transport my goods easily and reach more customers. NPP has truly made a difference in my life, and I want them to continue with their bold solutions.
With the NPP support for tech and innovation, my business has thrived. I believe they have a vision to lead us into the next chapter.
The improvements in our healthcare system have saved many lives. Thanks to free SHS, I completed secondary school without worrying about school fees. I believe in the NPP's vision for the future, and I want them to lead the next chapter.
Join us in writing the next chapter of Ghana's success story. The NPP's bold solutions will lead us to a brighter future.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Here's Kwame and Yao. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
Mahama once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the deaf goat syndrome.
Dadanoa. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Apomode hunsem yemfen diagro. Enunti nese wonum edopapa nko. Exodus moringa capsules, any Exodus dandelion capsules. Efi Exodus elusuyenum, nebe boa wa pomode. Emu bia wo benya no betimi aboa. Nanso, se wonye to no a, wo betimi anum abom. Nebe boa papa. Se wonum Exodus moringa capsules, ne Exodus dandelion capsules. Ebwa mamoja di efusani yu. Na fe ebusti wo immune system no. Na kweti ayarewa ahodo. Minim ye se nipa dodo na nim dia moringa etimi ye. Na dandelion so yenim. Enunti me nkasa bebre. Enye mma apemfo. Ana abatan ya oma enifo. Ana abofra onya emfidumi. Exodus everyone dance die dos.
Energy drink.
Hi guys, Radio. I'm the first vice president to collect a bribe of $200,000 before meeting investors. Who am I? Okay, Radio.
My administrator wrote a letter to steal 10,000 bags of rice from a businessman for my Ramadan donation. Who am I? Guys, wait. Alhaji Baomi, the rice master. Yeah. So I orchestrated the PDS scam and also made sure that family and friends of the NPP stole 2 billion cedis of money we paid as light bill. Ghana also lost over $190 million from the Americans through the same PDS scandal. Who am I?
Alhaji Baumia! Amefa, answer this question for 10 points. When I was in opposition, I spoke against soul sourcing. Since I became vice president, I have given multiple inflicted contracts to my brother and his wife through corrupt soul source deals. Who am I?
Alhaji Baumia. Hi guys.
Hi.
So this is a bonus riddle. I am Alhaji, but my favorite delicacy is whiskey with pork. Who am I?
Alhaji Baumia.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
All right, welcome back to the program. And let me remind you that we've all been there. You've placed the perfect multi-bet and it's all going your way until it's not, and one or more picks let you down. Well, with Betway, Bet Safer feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Even on a multiple losses, you can get your bet back and more. So Bet Saver says is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions apply and is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Now, Jospon annual Thanksgiving has also, it's kicking off shortly. It's starting on the 25th. So the 24th annual Thanksgiving service of the Jospon group of companies takes place from Monday, November 25th to Friday, November 29th at the forecourt of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. So, Majo, Ashaliboche, Accra, under the theme Jesus Christ is more than enough, taken from Luke 19, verse 8 and Hebrews 12:2. The Thanksgiving service are being held in all 261 districts across Ghana and 10 designated centers in Accra. So join us. Thank God for His mercy throughout the year, and the Zoom Lion head office or any of the 10 designated centers in Accra. Indeed, Jesus Christ is more than enough, and this is something that we do every year. End of year Thanksgiving service. You want to join the Jospon group if you are more interested in this Thanksgiving activity. Let's come back to the studio. I still have the Honorable Member of Parliament with me, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Blackwell, and also Nana Kumia. I am still with me. Gentlemen, you're welcome back. So, Nana, can I just give you just 2 minutes, please? I don't have a lot of time. I need to go into.
You are very generous.
Thank you.
Samuel Okudzeto has
totally unfair to the soldier, the military officer who's you see, he was mixing humor with serious statements, just to take the sting out of the statement. And he was making serious statements, telling people that you have to be orderly, you have to be law-abiding on election day. If you are not law-abiding, I'll come and beat you up. If there's war, you go and cause war, me there, I'll eat because I come and take your food and all of that. You can see somebody who is using humor to deliver a serious message. And you could see the reaction of the audience. They could understand the humor. So, Sami has been totally unfair to him.
What if he really does it on election day?
He's saying to the people that don't do this. If you do it, I'll come and do this to you. And then you can see the humor. But really, that is what the IGP told you when you met him. He didn't add any humor. And he told you, from what you told us, he said that, look, if anybody tries to do anything that will thwart the process, they will come down at him hard. Isn't that the same thing that the IGP told you? And that's the same thing that the soldier was saying. Look, you've seen footage of people. There's some, I don't think you should be there because it's too late. Some people, you've seen those footage, 2 or 3 of them, doing these videos and posting them all across social media, talking about what violence they would visit on people during the elections. You see, this one. I have 2 more.
I've seen this video. The police is after them.
Yes, the police is after them. Now, when you have this kind of footage, with the people not even hiding, showing their faces, and threatening mayhem, and circulating this all over the country. And if a soldier says that if you misbehave, and you try to cause mayhem, we will deal with you. What should be the response? That should be the response because of all these videos that are going around. This is one. Okay. I have 2 more of them. Okay. Now, you would hear NDC people saying, well, these are people where they are wearing John Mahama t-shirts and all of that. But, they are not known. Then the party should issue a statement saying that we don't know these people and condemning them and asking the police to pick them up. Then we know that genuinely they are not people collaborating with you.
Okay.
But this is the scenario that we are faced with as we go towards the election. And then he also hasn't been fair to me. I haven't compared the killing at Kintampo.
Techiman.
At Techiman. I haven't compared the killing
others.
in Kintampo to others. I'm just talking about impunity and violence during elections. Somebody even mentioned Kwame Abatters. I've forgotten that one. But that's another example where a member of parliament was brutalized by so-called security people. And everybody ran away from the polling stations. For hours, nobody could come out. We all thought Kwame Abatters was dead because of the brutality visited on him on that day. It took the radio stations to tell people that, look, don't be intimidated, go and vote, stand firm in order to get people to go back in Odoko.
Okay.
But when you mention those incidents, you are not comparing. Because these are real incidents that happened. It's not my imagination. But you are just giving it to show that we have a problem on our hands with this impunity across the period.
Okay.
That's all. I haven't finished.
Okay.
Now this...
now we have to move to the next issue. I gave you 2 minutes. You said I was generous. Now you are going...
If you like, take my time for the next issue. Oh. Now, this business about Parliament, you shouldn't trivialize what Parliament can do in this country. Look, the reason why there's an oversight means that there's the possibility of executives not doing their work. And if they don't do their work, who calls them to account? Parliament. That whole oversight responsibility is given to you because there's the recognition that somebody may not do their work. Somebody on public funds. You have voted public funds. The person is not doing their work, in your view. you have the right to bring them to the bar of Parliament. We didn't see a lot of it because of the balance of Parliament. Now it's finely balanced, and you have the Speaker on your side. When somebody tells me that we'll summon ministers and they don't come, I'm surprised. Parliament can sanction any minister. In fact, they can even sanction the president. Yes, they have that power to sanction even the president.
Right.
So you have to live up to your responsibility. You have to live up, and when you live up to your responsibility, the public interest will be served. Because I want to find out what happened before those people were put. What happened? What were the circumstances? If for nothing at all, apart from the punishment, it's for us to learn from it as we go, because this is not the last election that we have. These military things I don't think the military are the first call in terms of security. It's only when police people. These days, the numbers have gone up dramatically. But still, how many police stations do we have? How many police stations? 40,000. Some of you remember?
Yeah, around there.
About 40,000 police stations. How many police officers do we have in this country? Okay, and sometimes they actually bring in immigration and even prison officers to help because their numbers are not enough. But this business of the military, and I'm told that Speaker Bagbin was also complaining. I thought he was worried when his military detail was removed. So he loves the military to guard him. Huh? No. He doesn't like the military to guard the rest of us. Now, this business about the electoral commission, the security. You know, I saw Afrajah throughout the period that he was in the commission. I didn't see any security. At least the times that I saw him in public and when I met him personally, I didn't see any security.
Yeah.
In fact, even the whole electoral commission, you hardly found security there at the electoral commission. It was after the 2008 elections when the NDC won. And you know, in the election, during the elections in 2008, they had invaded the electoral commission at Reach, led by Asiedu Nketia. You remember that incident? And besieged the electoral commission. And then they won the elections. After that time, they then took security on a 24-hour basis to the electoral commission. After they had gone there and besieged the electoral commission, when they won power, they then make the place a security zone. We had an office opposite the electoral commission. And we had an office opposite the electoral commission. It was difficult going to that office. And that was the time, after that time, that I saw the electoral commission being provided with security. The lady who came before, Charlotte said, didn't she have security?
No.
Didn't she have security?
I never saw her. I never saw her with soldiers.
No.
I never saw her with soldiers. Never.
No, I'm not saying soldiers. I'm saying security.
No, but what we're talking about is soldiers.
We're talking about
soldiers.
But I'm saying that soldiers are part of the security apparatus. Okay? And so when there's short of police numbers, the military could always be called. I'm saying that the principle of providing heavy security for the electoral commission.
Okay. All right.
You began it.
Okay.
You see?
Now your point is made. We have to move to the next.
But you see, all of these things, we can have parameters. And that is where Parliament comes into its own. It should be possible for these concerns being raised to bring the responsible official and say, why are you providing military as against this person? Let them come in and speak.
Okay.
That is how we can move the democracy forward. My last point. This business about Ayawaso, you know, one of the things I remember very well was Sam George. You people mentioned Sam George's name. I remember him saying clearly into the cameras that the man had been killed in his own home. You remember that one? Up to today, we don't know which man was killed in his own home. But the is it soldier? Was it the police officer?
Who slapped him?
No, I don't know the person who slapped him. But a soldier that he said has been promoted. The person should have been sanctioned.
Oh, a brigadier Michael.
NDC has had a whole press conference throwing all kinds of accusations against this officer without a shred of evidence. One shred of evidence. I don't understand it. If you are coming to the public to make those kinds of accusations against a serving officer, show some evidence for your own credibility. Because here you are tarnishing the image. If anybody did a press conference to say these things about Dokujetua Blackwa, that Dokujetua Blackwa is planning to rig the elections in North Tongue, that Dokujetua Blackwa is doing this in North Tongue, and is hiding arms in his house at North Tongue, and is this and that and that, and they just come and say it without one shred of evidence. Would Dokujetua be happy?
Okay.
But yet this is what you are engaged.
All right.
So the last point is about Adekoka.
Nana, please. Nana, please, I beg you.
No.
It's just a text message. I mean, you have to respond to that.
Adekoka says
reply on your phone.
I should be bored. You send me. Is that I should be bored? I should speak truth to power. Does Adekoka understand those concepts?
Okay.
Ask him.
So the FDA explains extension of best before date for expired rice, and that's some development that's come on the Moshosho rice. The Director of Legal Corporate Affairs of the Food and Drugs Authority, Joseph Yao Bernie, has clarified why the best before date on the rice allegedly repackaged by Lemens Investment Africa and distributed to the senior high schools was extended. Mr. Yao Bernie explained that when the date was revised from December 2023, April 2024, after thorough quality assessment, and he added initially that the FDA cracked down on Laments Investment Africa for repackaging repackaging rice with an expired best before date, recommending the products to be disposed of. However, following rigorous test products, the FDA, the Center for Scientific Research, and an accredited laboratory in India, the rice was confirmed to meet quality standards. So that's all about, the revelations that was made by Honorable Blackwa from last week. Different things are coming up. We're not sure where we stand. So please, you take us through.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll do that in a jiffy, but let me just very quickly point out the really ridiculous inconsistencies. And you see how you see, Annie, you see how time exposes a man. When Nana Komia comes to speak to the soldier who has made those reckless and provocative statements. No, just a minute. He says that as for the soldiers, that as for the soldiers' very unacceptable statements, it is humor. He says it's humor. He was just, he wanted people to have a good laugh. But
he was mixing humor with serious issues.
Yes, but in the case of Asedu Nketiah's sign, he's so offended by it, and he says it's so dangerous, and he's inciting the crowd. Why is he doing this?
What if it's humor? Tell us that, oh, I'm making a sign of the school.
Asedu Nketiah has no humor in him.
Oh, but say so.
You see the double standards. You see the double standards. Look, let's come to this matter. Let's come to this matter.
Listen, if you believe that by making the sign of slaughter, Asedu Nketiah was using humor to deliver a message, that's fine. Tell us that he was also exhibiting you by that sign of slaughter. That's okay.
Time will always.
I don't even like the way you're also doing the sign.
Time will always expose double standards.
Annie,
let's come to the more serious matter of the Moshosho rice scandal. Last week on this show, I went into great detail with documents I have intercepted on this scandal. after the expose, earlier this week, the NDC caucus in Parliament addressed the media on the matter. We insisted that there are 20 questions that ought to be responded to by the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government on this matter, which places the health and the lives of millions of senior high school students at great risk. After the press conference, no less a person than the Chief of Staff told the media that all we have put out are untruths and it's just mere propaganda. The Chief of Staff. The Chief of Staff.
Let me add that the former Education Minister,
yes,
Reverend Intim Fojo,
yeah,
called into the show,
yes,
this week.
No, he's a deputy.
He's not former. He's
deputy
a deputy
Education Minister.
Yeah.
Yes, Education. Then he also
I'll be coming to him. I'll be coming to him.
Denied allegations.
Yes, I'll come to all of that. So the Chief of Staff, a woman I have enormous respect for, a mother, the Chief of Staff who ought to coordinate government machinery, who should have summoned all of these institutions, the FDA, the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, the Ministry of Education, the GES, the Free SHS Secretariat. The Chief of Staff, just with a wave of her hand, dismissed this as mere propaganda and untruth. Then you have the Minister for Education, who also said that all of this are falsehoods. Then his deputy on this show says that, oh, even some of the documents are not on letterheads. And for Reverend Intim Fojo, he has been mentioned directly in the FDA report, a copy of which I have here, that he was contacted during the investigations. And I insist that Reverend John Intim Fojo, yes, this report, Reverend John Intim Fojo could have stopped the distribution of this rice when he was contacted as far back as January this year. Remember that the rice, the unwholesome,
he said he knows nothing
Moshosho rice, was distributed to our schools on the 1st and 2nd of February. He was contacted in January. Now yesterday, Annie, the head of legal at the Food and Drugs Authority has finally spoken. The FDA has finally spoken to this scandal. And when you listen to the FDA head of legal, he confirms everything that I have put out. Every information that I've put out on this matter has been confirmed. That indeed, Laments Investment Africa Limited and the National Food Buffer Company conspired to rebag rice beyond its best before date, and that they engage in that criminal enterprise without recourse to Act 851, the Public Health Act. And so 3 clear infractions. 1, the facility, the NAFCO storage facility where they were doing the rebagging was not licensed. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
NAFCO, responsible for taking care of our children, where they store food. Yes, it's in the report.
Which report?
It's in this, this report. And the FDA lawyer has confirmed this. He said that that's why Laments was fined. So one,
at some point I was
please, let me, can I just, it's important that It's because the Ghanaian public must follow this, you know, and I don't want to lose my string of thought. So, 3 infractions the FDA lawyer has confirmed, head of legal. 1, NAFCO, their storage facility, where this rebagging, this criminal activity was taking place, is not licensed, it's not registered. 2, the rebagging under Act 851, the FDA should have been informed. The FDA was not informed. And then 3, the third infraction is that the FDA should have had a personnel, an officer at the facility to supervise
the rebagging process.
The rebagging process, according to Act 851. That was not done. And indeed, that is why Laments was fined by the Food and Drugs Authority. The Food and Drugs Authority has confirmed this. So where does this leave the Chief of Staff? And all of those ministers who were all over the place, saying that this is a figment of my imagination, they don't know the authenticity of the documents I have, they are not on letterheads, and all of those cock and bull stories. They clearly have been exposed.
Sammy, 1 second. I think the point of departure of the people that you mentioned is that you say that the food was contaminated.
Yes, I'm coming there.
It had gone past its best before date.
Yes.
That is what they said is not true.
No, the Chief of Staff said everything is not true.
He said it's propaganda.
It's all propaganda. The Chief of Staff was categorical. You have the voice.
He said, what is propaganda?
Everything about this whole matter.
But what is the gravamen of your claim? That the food is unwholesome.
Yes, and not only that, litany of infractions have been committed. NAFCO storage facility not licensed, the whole criminal rebagging did not follow due process. Worst of all, the rebagging violated our laws to the extent that they deceived the public. When they moved the Moshosho rice into these new bags, they lied that it is ECOWAS rice. They changed the origin from made in India to made in Ghana. And worst of all, there was no expiry date. What does LI 1541 say? It's trite. You cannot bag food, package food in this country without clearly spelling out the brand, the nature, the kind of food, its ingredients, without stating the origin, the true origin, and without stating the expiry date or the best before date. All of these things were not done. Now let me come to the issue of wholesomeness or not. I hold in my hands here the 6th February 2024 submission of certificates of analysis. Remember that on the 21st of December, the Ashanti Regional Police Command, having acted on the alert, wrote to the FDA and attached samples of the food, of the rice, demanding test results. And let me quickly read this letter. It's signed by J.J. Boy, the superintendent in charge of crime in Ashanti region. Addressed to the Regional Director, Food and Drugs Authority, Kumasi, request for assistance. The Regional Criminal Investigation Department of Ghana Police Service, Kumasi, Ashanti, is investigating a case of being in possession of alleged unwholesome Moshosho bags of rice stocked at the National Food and Buffer Stock Warehouse, Bokrom, Kumasi. Investigations have reached a stage where sample of the suspected Moshosho rice needs to be examined to ascertain whether or not the rice has expired or good for consumption. I would be very grateful if your outfit could assist in examining the rice and report. Counting on your usual cooperation, please. So this is from the police command on the 21st of December.
To the FDA.
To the FDA. Will you believe, Annie, that before the FDA results will come in, orders have come from above that the rice should be sent to our schools. And I have all the schools who signed up for this rice. Yeah, last week I went through them. So 22,000 bags of this unwholesome rice have been fed to our students. Millions of them. Now, this is the scary part. The FDA certificates of analysis arise on the 6th. By the 2nd, the last batch has gone to our schools. Our children have started eating the rice. Now, what does the FDA, the 6th February FDA results say? It says that when they tested, the rice has a high presence of insect infestation and that it does not conform to compliance. It's here. Insect infestation does not conform. The test results also show that there is high fat acidity and that it does not conform to compliance. We have given this to medical doctors to study and advise, and they say clearly this rice should not have been sent to our schools. Look, as we speak, Annie, one will have thought that what this country should be doing urgently is to be carrying out medical screening of all our students who have been made to consume this rice, which has high insect infestation and high fat acidity. Now look, the Food and Drugs Authority, I am clear in my mind that this matter must be subjected to an independent commission of inquiry, because the Food and Drugs Authority, just like NAFCO, they have many questions to answer. How is it that we now have, because the company has managed to produce some other test results which conceals the insect infestation and the high fat acidity, and they are claiming that the rice is wholesome? So we now have two different reports from the FDA. How did that happen?
That's what I wanted to ask you.
How did that happen? That is why the FDA, look, elsewhere, by now, the CEO of the FDA will have been fired long ago. Heads will have rolled long ago. Look, the FDA should tell Ghanaians, why is it that this company laments? You catch them engaging in an illegality, in criminality, rebagging moshosho, unwholesome rice, in a different bag, ECOWAS bag, you claim made in Ghana, no expiry date. And then, instead of descending heavily on this company, and don't forget, Annie, that I also have here the Auditor General's report for 2021, where the Auditor General confirms at paragraph 608 that Laments has a history of serving unwholesome food. And then when you read page 142 of this Auditor General's report, Laments also short supplies. What that means is that we pay them and they do not supply even according to the quantity we are paying them for. So quality, suspicious, quantity, totally not compliant. This is the Auditor General. And this company should have been blacklisted as far back as 2021. Now, what is shocking, Annie, is that the documents I have intercepted, same day, 29th December 2023, you have the FDA engaging in 3 contradictory actions. Same day. I hold in my hands here this letter, 29 December 2023, which is the original position of the FDA on this matter, addressed to the Managing Director of Laments. Dear Sir, Madam, unauthorized repackaging of rice. The Food and Drugs Authority, Ashanti Regional Office, detected through a response to an alert that your company, Laments Investment Limited, has been repackaging moshosho rice into different packaging bags with a different brand name, Sidao ECOWAS, in the food buffer stock storage facility, which has not been licensed for manufacturing purposes. The country of origin, India, of the rice has also been changed to Ghana, thus concealing the identity of the rice. Additionally, unlike the original bags, no best before date had been indicated on the repackaged bags. The exercise had been taking place without the approval and supervision by the FDA. These actions of your company are in controversial of sections 103, 106, and 1301 of the Public Health Act 2012, Act 851. Quoted as follows. 1031 says that a person who manufactures, labels, packages, sells, or advertises a food in a manner that is false, misleading, deceptive, or misbranded,
and wrap up.
as regards its character, nature, value, additive, substance, quality, quantity, composition, merit, or safety, commits an offense. But let me quickly come to the very crucial part to me. This letter says that the FDA instructs the company, Lamens, to 1, immediately desist from the repackaging of the rice. 2, contact the office of the FDA to initiate the process of safe disposal of the 15,000 bags of rebagged rice. And 3, pay an administrative charge of 150,000 Ghana cedis. 29th December. That same day, the FDA writes another letter to Lamens, changing this position, reducing the fine from 150,000 to 100,000, and then staying silent on disposing the rice. How did that happen? Who compelled the FDA to change their position? And then that same day, a third letter pops up, signed by the CEO of the FDA, Dr. Delis A.A. Dako. Dear sir, application for shelf life extension of Moshosho white double polished Sortex Indian 25% broken rice. The Food and Drugs Authority acknowledges receipt of your letter dated 4 December 2020 with regards to your application for an extension of the shelf life of Moshosho white double polished Sortex Indian rice 25% broken. Kindly note that the analytical report on the food product you submitted from the Food Research Institute has been reviewed. It, however, does not include a report on moisture and mold, which are also critical in making regulatory decisions in situations like this. Samples of the product were also sent to the FDA laboratory for analysis, indicated at the time of testing to be wholesome. With regards to the best before date, as stated on the product, the FDA is, however, unable to grant your request for a shelf life extension, since the authority cannot determine the shelf life of products. Shelf life determination is the responsibility of the manufacturer and must be based on the data obtained from shelf life studies conducted on the product.
Which date did Lamens request for the shelf life extension?
They say that 4th December 2023.
Is this not the letter from the Lamens request?
Yes.
But that's February 9,
2024. Exactly. Different date. I remember that Lamens, the directors, were arrested on the 20th of December.
Yeah.
Upon the alert. So a lot of fishy things going on. So the FDA has a lot of questions to answer. But you see, what should worry all of us is that even this so-called claim of extension, that, oh, as for best before date, it is only about quality, it reduces the quality. We should be asking.
Yeah. Why should we
be feeding our children with reduced quality of rice?
Why should we be asking
Why? When you go and buy rice, you go to the mall to buy rice, and they tell you, oh, this one is reduced quality. We have some best before date extension. Will you buy it? If your own children are in secondary school, will you accept that? We are paying these people good money, millions of taxpayers' money. And you tell us, look, when other countries, Michelle Obama, what was her whole assignment as First Lady? It was how to improve the nutrition of food for the children of America. Now, Annie, no, this is important. Please,
I'm under pressure.
Just give me a minute. No, just give me a minute. It's very important.
I don't control that here.
Okay, but just give me a minute. Look, even this so-called extension, why didn't they put it on the bag of rice so that headmasters, matrons will know that even this your wicked extension, that our children can eat rice that is of inferior quality, that has gone beyond its best before date? Why didn't you state it? Why wasn't it put on the bags? So the heads will know. Now, as we speak, the evidence I have suggests that some schools continue to feed their children this rice beyond April, some as late as July, August. What are we doing? Look, free SHS should not give anybody the license to poison our children. And we must make that point very, very clear and very, very forcefully. Why is this company being pampered? In 2021, the Auditor General indicted them. Then,
yes, I'm done.
Then they have done all of this, engaged in all of this criminality. They are still being pampered. They are being given extensions. Why?
Okay.
Did you see, as I conclude, did you see what the Greater Accra Regional Minister, only this week,
yes,
did to that hawker at the new,
yes,
the new flyover? The flower pot interchange. Did you see? Destroyed
okay,
her tables and everything. You see how we treat the vulnerable, the poor, those who are not politically connected. And laments, smiling all the way to the bank.
We have to go.
And risking the lives of our children.
That's the video.
Look, people will be prosecuted for
this.
this.
And you said I should take your time, so I took your time.
Oh, so you don't want me to speak?
Oh, you can't speak now. My time is up. You see the programs manager came up. What do you want to say? Okay,
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability, the only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business.